voter turnout will be on any given election day, especially when it's local offices on the ballot. And that's the case this year on Long Island. The biggest race is for Suffolk County Executive. Democrat Steve Bellone is seeking a third four-year term. Republican County Comptroller John Kennedy is challenging him, as is Libertarian candidate Greg Fisher of Calverton. Laura Gillen, who stunned the political world by becoming the first Democrat in more than 100 years to win the office of Hempstead Town Supervisor, is up for re-election. She's being challenged by Republican receiver of taxes Don Clavin in a race that's expected to be close. Democratic Nassau DA Madeline Singas is seeking a second term. She's being challenged by Republican attorney Francis McQuaid. Every county legislator in Nassau and Suffolk is up for re-election. Plus, there are supervisor races in all 3 towns in Nassau and 7 of the 10 Suffolk towns. And remember, thousands of Long Islanders have already voted. This year, New York joined more than 30 other states in allowing early voting. Here's how it all broke down. In Nassau County, about 30,000 voters turned out. Of those, 13,000 were registered Republicans, 12,000 Democrats. In Suffolk, a smaller turnout, about 17,000 voters. 8,300 of them were registered Democrats, 5,100 Republicans. Analysts say it's unclear if those were new voters or people who would have voted tomorrow anyway. And they say it's too early to tell which party may have benefited more from early voting. Then there's Hal of Dix Hills, who says party doesn't matter to him.
As long as I feel that you're doing the right thing with the taxpayers' dollars and for the people, you're my guy or girl.
Doug Geed, News 12 Long Island.
And before you head to the polls, you can learn more information on the candidates and races. Just go to our homepage, should be yours as well, news12.com, and click on the Voters Guide for a look at who's running and the debates held right here in the News 12 studio. And a reminder, the polls are open tomorrow between 6 in the morning and 9 in the evening. We will have team coverage of all the big races, and we'll have the live results throughout the evening.
In your Health Matters, the DEA warning a potentially deadly counterfeit prescription pills. The feds say Mexican drug cartels sending pills containing fentanyl in bulk to the U.S. for distribution. Now, fentanyl is a dangerous synthetic opioid that is lethal in very small doses. The DEA says fentanyl is involved in more deaths than any other illegal drug.
A proposal to ban all vaping e-liquids is the topic of a state Senate public hearing in Manhattan today. Nightside's Antoinette Biordi explains.
Do you think we should be waiting for the FDA to act on menthol?
I think it's really imperative that New York State is a leader in this situation.
New York State lawmakers heard from health experts, students, and vaping industry officials as they held a public hearing in Manhattan on the potential harmful effects of vaping. Lawmakers are looking to regulate or ban products.
I think these devices should be removed from the market, and we should wait for FDA review and approval.
But the New York State Vapor Association disagrees.
By removing anything from the market and making it the less harmful alternative not available anymore will lead to further death.
In addition to Governor Cuomo proposing a ban on flavored e-cigarettes, last month, State Senator Kevin Thomas proposed banning the sale of all e-liquids. Those are different from these pre-packaged e-cigarettes. For local vape shops, that would affect their bottom line, considering that 75% of what they sell are e-liquids.
It would be a lot more detrimental than just banning specific flavors.
Matt Flax owns Vaporville in Hicksville. He says all his products are FDA approved and have warning labels and ingredients listed on them. He fears that if lawmakers ban these e-liquids, people will get them on the black market with unknown ingredients.
If we do that, we ban the refillable flavors, we're going to create that epidemic where people are making things in their bathtub, in their kitchen sink, and we're going to have much more serious health problems.
In Hicksville, Antoinette Biordi, News 12, Long Island.
The CDC says since March, 38 people have died nationwide and 1,800 people were sickened from vaping-related illnesses. Now, no single ingredient, though, has been linked to all of those illnesses. And starting next week, anyone buying vaping products in New York must be 21 or older. The state raised the age to buy electronic cigarettes from 18 to 21. The governor says the goal is to keep tobacco and vaping products out of the hands of teenagers. The new law goes into effect November 13th.
Well, e-cigarettes may not be a gateway to teen smoking. That's according to a new study published today in the medical journal Nicotine and Tobacco Research. Now, researchers found teens who experiment with vaping are more likely to try cigarettes, but vaping first does not increase their odds of becoming smokers. The new research looked at more than 12,000 middle school and high school students in the U.S.
All right, time now to get a quick look at the forecast.
Meteorologist Samantha Augeri is at the map. Sam.
Well, we have a pretty good Tuesday coming up because our temperatures will be mild, couple of showers rolling on through, but most of the day will be looking all right. So Babylon, your hyperlocal high will be near 60 degrees. Mostly cloudy skies, showers for the first part of the day. Then the afternoon will dry out and we'll be back to the chilly conditions. It was a chilly weekend, a chilly start to the week, but Long Island looking beautiful. We had calm weather around. This is Argyle Park in Babylon. Tom Cole took the photo, so thanks for all your great fall foliage photos and great weather photos across the island. Partly to mostly cloudy skies right now. We are dry right now, but there might be a brief sprinkle overnight just for eastern Suffolk County. Otherwise, these light showers that are moving into upstate New York by the Finger Lakes and approaching central Pennsylvania will get here tomorrow. So we have a good chance of rain for the first part of your Tuesday. Cold front goes by, we clear out Wednesday. Thursday night into Friday, we're tracking a bigger storm that will bring rain. There might be a brief wintry mix out there. There will be snow, higher elevations northwest of Long Island, not here. And then as we head into the weekend, it's going to be much, much colder. So tonight, temps will be hovering in the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. Chance of showers towards daybreak, and for your Tuesday, a mild day. Highs near 60, rain for the first part of the day, clearing out late. We'll talk more about the colder weather with your full forecast coming up in just a bit.
Sounds great. Thanks, Sam. Well, he was a member of a groundbreaking group of aviators, men who proved that African-American pilots were every bit as skilled as their white counterparts. As we continue our Honoring Our Heroes series, News 12's Virginia Huey introduces us to a Tuskegee Airman from Glen Cove.
William Johnson spent most of his childhood in Glen Cove watching planes from Mitchell Field fly over his head.
It was so wonderful, and it was something that I wanted to do.
Those planes inspired Johnson to dream of soaring beyond racial barriers.
During that period of time, there were no black pilots in the vicinity. And I resented that, I resented that. Racism, that kind of racism, I resented that. So from that point on, I decided that I would fly one day.
For Johnson, that day came during World War II. The NAACP persuaded President Franklin Roosevelt to end the military's refusal to train black pilots. In 1941, the Army opened an all-black flight school in Tuskegee, Alabama. Johnson was among 1,000 cadets trained at the segregated air base.
We had the opportunity and we took advantage of it.
At age 18, Johnson earned his wings as one of the first African-American fighter pilots in the U.S. military, known as the Tuskegee Airmen. They fought Germans in the air and prejudice on the ground.
Extreme racial discrimination. Where you ate, where you slept, where you lived, everywhere. White soldiers and airmen didn't have to salute black officers. That's how racist it was.
The Tuskegee Airmen battled back against racism by proving their military might in the skies. They flew more than 15,000 missions, destroyed 1,000 enemy aircraft, and never lost a U.S. bomber they were protecting.
We performed, and we proved by our performance what it was all about. It is not the color of your skin, but the content of your character that counts.
The Tuskegee Airmen's exemplary service paved the way for the racial integration of the military. In 1948, President Harry Truman signed Executive Order 9981, mandating equality of opportunity and treatment to all in the U.S. Armed Forces.
I'm proud to be a Tuskegee Airman.
80 years ago, Johnson chased a dream of achieving an equal chance to fly and fight. Today, the 94-year-old World War II hero takes pride in a mission accomplished.
It was a wonderful adventure for me. A dream come true.
Virginia Huey, News 12, Long Island.
Well, Johnson was one of 300 surviving Tuskegee Airmen awarded the Congressional Gold Medal in 2007. The medal recognized their unique military record that inspired revolutionary reform in the armed forces.
Tonight in your business, if you were planning a trip to Cabo, get ready to spend even more. Officials say all tourists will have to pay an extra $18.50 to get in. That goes for both land or sea entry. The tax is expected to generate $25 million a year, and it goes into effect on Saturday. A pricey new American Girl doll has just been unveiled. The figure will be dressed in a fancy outfit adorned with 5,000 crystals. Now, that's fitting because it's also going to cost you $5,000. Only 3 of the sparkly dolls will be made. And Amazon gearing up for a fast and furious holiday shipping season. Prime users in the U.S. will soon have access to free next-day delivery. The offer will cover popular holiday gifts, including toys and electronics. Now here's a look at how the day ended on Wall Street.
Let's now take a look at what is on the cutting edge.
Israel draws and attracts companies globally.
We have a technological revolution that has really changed a lot of people's lives.
People come with a lot of passion to create. It simply drives the business.
We can actually change the world.
News 12 Long Island is brought to you in part by Sperry Associates Federal Credit Union. Pay off those pesky loan or credit balances by refinancing today. Better rates, better service, better banking with Sperry.
By losing his mom when he was young, our nephew Nick experienced grief earlier than most.
That loss has given me perspective. Now that I'm with the family funeral home, it's an experience I draw on every day to help others.
Sensitive, understanding, empathetic. Nick is everything Maloney Family Funeral Homes strive to be.
Every time a remembrance candle is lit, I know how that person feels. I know having been there is the very reason I'm meant to be here.
Before I got any hearing aids in, I was denial. I'm fine. I don't need them. I started realizing that there were a lot of things I wasn't doing anymore and a lot of things that weren't as much fun as they used to be because I couldn't hear them the way I wanted to. But all of a sudden my life dramatically changed. There was a significant difference. We're going to concerts again.
Experience the Earworks audiology difference. 11 convenient locations throughout Nassau and Suffolk.
Without Earworks, I would not be as involved and as active as I am today.
Discover Long Island. At PC Richard & Son, get Black Friday prices now on hundreds of items. Shop in-store or online with in-store pickup. Black Friday prices now at PC Richard & Son. Get saving. Get gifting.
News 12 Long Island is brought to you in part by Advanced DDS in Garden City. The world has many things to fear, but with our pain-free sedation dentistry, your dentist won't be one of them.
You're watching News 12 Nightside. It was built in what is now Riverhead back in the 1800s, but a ship captain's home could soon be sunk. Our Danielle Campbell explains.
This ship captain's home has sat along the river here on busy Main Street in Riverhead since the 1800s. But if developers have their way, the home from the 1850s will be taken down and replaced by this, a 4-story luxury apartment complex with 36 units.
That's a shame to lose something like that.
G2D, a developer from Huntington, wants to build luxury housing on the site. But during a recent public hearing, several residents called the plan too big and out of character, saying the town was going in the wrong direction.
They're obstructing the panoramic view of the waterfront because that's part of the true charm of this town.
Those who oppose the project say they want to prevent buildings like this one being built on Main Street on the south side near the river.
It looks like Brooklyn. You know, it's going to get out of hand. Once you start with one, it just continues to escalate. It's unfortunate.
But town officials say it's not a done deal.
Nothing's been approved here yet. I think that we do need to bring residential into our downtown area in order to revitalize it, but personally I don't think it needs to be right on the Main Street.
The town is holding a public hearing on November 14th at 6:30 p.m. for residents to voice their concerns.
Don't ruin the view of the village of Riverhead any more than they already have.
Danielle Campbell, News 12, Long Island.
And we did reach out to the Huntington developer, G2D, for comment. We have not heard back.
Well, it's been stuck at the top of Niagara Falls for more than a century. But for the first time in 101 years, the Iron Scow is on the move. That flat-bottom boat ran aground in 1918. Look at it right there. The storm on Halloween that brought whipping winds and heavy rain here in the island caused the boat there to flip onto its side and spin about 150 feet downriver. Park officials say right now that vessel is secure. Make sure the wreckage isn't in danger of going over the falls.
Wow, that video is wild.
It looks pretty close to the falls, too.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy if it goes over. All right, guys, good weekend. It was chilly, good start to the week. A few changes coming our way for the next couple of days. We have some showers tomorrow, but it will be mild. After that, our temps are going to be turning colder, and we'll have some of the coldest weather of the season so far. 46 degrees right now in Riverhead. We have partly to mostly cloudy skies. It is dry right now. You might come across a brief sprinkle overnight. Otherwise, the rain will hold off until morning. So you can see this cold core of air in Canada by Saskatchewan and Manitoba. And this is going to slowly shift to the south and east and move into the northeast by the end of this week. So into the weekend, it's going to be pretty cold and maybe a little preview of winter out there. But as for now, we are on the mild side of this weather system. So southerly flow will be bumping up our temperatures tomorrow. We'll actually get to about 60 degrees throughout the weekend, and today we were in the low 50s. There's a cold front northwest, some rain showers, and that will reach us for your Tuesday. And we'll just have these series of cold fronts coming through for the rest of the weekend. Eventually, they usher in that very cold air. Tomorrow morning, getting up around 7 o'clock, there will be some showers around, especially in Nassau County. The showers will push east throughout the day, and until about 3 o'clock, we have that chance for rain. Temperatures will get to about 60 degrees, and at that point, we might brighten up a little bit. The rain will come to an end, and colder air builds in towards Wednesday morning, but it's going to be beautiful. Wednesday will be very similar to the weather that we had today. A chilly day, but nice and bright temperatures near 50. So overnight tonight, we're in the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. Passing showers possible, but for the most part, that rain will hold off until tomorrow. Good chance of rain for the first part of your Tuesday in the afternoon. It's mild. We're near 60 with that southwest wind, and skies will be mostly cloudy. Wednesday looks great for us. Thursday, pretty good as well. Clouds will thicken up, though, throughout the day. We're tracking a bigger system, and along with this, on the backside of it is that very cold air. So on Long Island, we get rain. There might be a very brief wintry mix, but the storm will get out of here. We're left with cold temperatures, and the weekend looks nice and bright and chilly.
Calling all film fans, see movies and documentaries from all around the world and from right here on Long Island at the Gold Coast International Film Festival. Here's what's going on.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
At opening night tonight, they're honoring legendary performer Ben Vereen with the Gold Coast Arts Center's Lifetime Achievement Award. That's at the Tilla Center. Then there are screenings and events happening all week long through Wednesday, November 13th. We have a link with the schedule, all the information you need on news12.com. If you're looking for more events, all you have to do is click on that What's Going On link. I'm Lisa DiStefano for Nightside.
Now for a look at what's trending.
Garth Brooks and Blake Shelton hit a dive bar for the single Dive Bar.
Jump in and join the club and float this Whiskey River reservoir.
Garth Brooks releasing his first music video in 12 years for the song Dive Bar. Brooks and Blake Shelton are at the bottom of a whiskey bottle on the shelf of Shelton's Nashville bar called Old Red. The song will be on Brooks' album called Fun.
There were sharks also.
There were sharks in there?
Yeah, dancing.
Oh, I'm going to have to go back and watch that again.
Harry Styles announcing his second solo album. The former One Direction band member released a self-titled debut in May of 2017. He has returned with a single, Lights Up, in October. The new album, Fine Line, is out on December 13th.
Well, Casey Musgraves is getting her own Christmas special. Musgraves and Friends will perform songs like Silent Night, Let It Snow, I'll Be Home for Christmas, and much more, all your favorites. Some guest performers include Lana Del Rey, Camila Cabello, Leon Bridges, and more. The Casey Musgraves Christmas show debuts on Amazon Prime Video November 29th.
All right, now here look at the most popular topics at news12.com. Number 3, Hempstead Town Board holding a last-minute budget vote ahead of Election Day. Number 2, a small plane making that emergency landing on a beach in Point Lookout. And the most popular story at news12.com. Heavy rains and wind dislodge a boat stuck above Niagara Falls for more than 100 years. That's what's trending, but coming up next is sports.
If you're turning 65,
being a bath fitter installer is the reveal. Homeowners greet us in the morning and love that we're going to install a beautiful new tub right over their old one without tearing the bathroom apart. But they're never quite prepared for what they get come the end of the day. We call it the wow moment. When they see their new bathtub that's high quality and more beautiful than they could have imagined, I can't help but smile. Since it's Bath Fitter, it's built to last a lifetime. We guarantee it.
For a limited time, get a free grab bar, a $250 value with your purchase of a complete bath fitter system.
News 12 Long Island is brought to you in part by your Tri-State GMC dealer. See the pros at your Tri-State GMC dealer today. GMC, we are professional grade.
Well, back in their dynasty days, the Islanders had a drive for 5. Tomorrow, they'll be driving for 10. The Isles are the NHL's hottest team, and tomorrow they go for their 10th straight win. They haven't been on a run like this in nearly 3 decades. Now, the Isles say it is way too soon to start bragging about this season, but it is nice to see everything clicking.
Played some pretty good hockey and found ways to win. Every night's obviously different, and depending on the opponent, we've had guys up and down the lineup show up and help us accomplish those games, and it's been a full team effort this whole time, and you're going to need that throughout the season.
Well, tonight we get a Giants-Cowboys rematch in the NFL. Meanwhile, the Lynbrook Youth Football League recently held a football festival. 4 games in one day, and we're featuring one of them tonight on... Yeah, and it is game time on Mighty Might Monday night. Lynbrook taking on West Hempstead. Look at this rain. It was blowing up and down and sideways, and Jameer Houston didn't care because he just blew by everybody. West Hempstead's on the board at 7-0. And then the Broncos try to get tricky, but Matt Muhammad's like, I got your tricks, and I got your treat right here. Matt makes him go splat. And if you're a parent and you sat through this game, congratulations, because you deserve a medal. Meanwhile, Anthony Magarachi says you can't tackle what you can't catch. Somebody turn on the wipers, please. We got to see this kid go. It's another touchdown. West Hempstead up 13-0, and then the rain stopped, but the Broncos did not. Luka Thomas is running like a Tough Mudder. His Nikes were nasty, and so was this, a 65-yard touchdown. West Hempstead runs away with it in a wet and wild game, 20-6 on Mighty Might Monday night. And if you want to play on Mighty Might Monday night, email us right here.
Time and temperature brought to you by Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, where Long Island wins.
News 12 Long Island is brought to you in part by MTN Matchmaking, Long Island's #1 matchmaking service representing over 2,000 of the finest singles in New York. Call us today.
Grateful Dead members Mickey Hart, Bill Kreutzmann, and Bob Weir, along with John Mayer, take to the stage again as Dead & Company. Fall Fun Run 2019. See them live in concert at NYCB Live, home of the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum, November 5th and 6th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Dead & Company performing 2 sets of music drawing largely from the Dead's historic catalog of songs. For more, check out deadandcompany.com.
News 12's Power and Politics. It's about your local leaders.
We have a real campaign to run.
It's about the big decisions
Whether you are black, white, Latino, or Asian
that affect your quality of life.
We're trying to do a lot of things here at the same time.
It's about those controversial moments.
You're a liar.
This is not something that somebody's going to grow in their yard.
That keep you wondering what will happen next. Find out with News 12's Power and Politics. Watch on air or anytime at news12.com.
They are women who make an impact, influential voices in the worlds of beauty, wellness, fashion, food, and so much more.
Vegan fashion, beauty, and lifestyle blog called Fashion Veggie.
Every Thursday, join News 12's Amanda Bossard and me, Aisha McKenzie. We'll give you insider access to experts and entrepreneurs.
Your Mom of the Year.
Discussing topics to help enhance your life. Influence Her, Thursdays at 8 and 10 p.m. Only on News 12 Plus, Channel 61.
Let's now take a look at what is on the cutting edge.
Israel draws and attracts companies globally.
We have a technological revolution that has really changed a lot of people's lives.
People come with a lot of passion to create. It simply drives the business.
We can actually change the world.
These are the stories that are meant to make you smile.
Wow. Cheers. Oh my gosh. We're so excited to have Dee Snyder here with us.
There. Okay, great. We're going to work on this. So we're going to work on some moves. And looking good. Yeah.
On this weekend's program, we're going to visit the Greenport Harbor Brewing Company.
Now on Nightside.
I thought it was going to do a nosedive.
A small plane forced to touch down in the sand in Point Lookout. Plus, the hunt tonight for the driver of a pickup truck who mowed down 3 people in a restaurant parking lot in Huntington Station. President Trump taking the fight to block the release of his tax returns to the U.S.